Welcome Ravens, we are back with week 2 of Fashion February. I hope that February is treating you well. Why is it every time I start one of these videos I get the hiccups or a cough? It's obviously going to be this year's trend. Who knows? Anyway, week 2 of Fashion February. So I hope you enjoyed last week's. I put in the description, and I think I tried to flash up the costs. Very sorry if I don't remember things. I'm not someone who tends to keep a lot of junk, so I don't keep receipts. I get auto receipts to my phone, which also work when I return things, so I don't necessarily have things to hand. And I haven't had a lot of time this week to gather my thoughts and gather prices for you, so I'm really sorry. But what I'll do is when I do the try on, I will make sure I put prices up. So my first shopping trip, I'm not going to say my first haul because my first haul is coming next week, but my first shopping trip of 2022, I went to Bristol with the Griffin just before his birthday, and I went to Yours Clothing. I'm not going to say too much because the fashion fails comment, you're going to get a bit of a rant in that video about Yours Clothing. It won't be too big a one, but you will understand the problems we are now getting in the UK, especially where I live. So I'm going to get into it. I've got 5 pieces, I believe, to show you today, although 2 of them do go together. I will say in this haul as well, I did buy a plain long black vest top. I don't need to show you what a plain black vest top looks like. I will be wearing it in the video with one of the items which needs it, which is why it was purchased. So I'm going to crack on with the first thing I picked up, which I scoured the store for. I went straight in and went, I know what I want, I know you sell it, I've seen it. I went on a shopping trip to Nottingham with a friend, and it was like, when I can, I'm getting both those items. So it's what we would have called back in the day a twin set, or a mix and match, or part of a good capsule wardrobe. So it is these 2 items, she says very professionally, taking it down off of her wonderful rack. And I don't mean this one. Okay, I'll get on with it. Right, so this is a twin set. It is made up of a maxi dress with short sleeves. Yay for that, without being caps. Why is it they make maxi dresses for plus size women with either long sleeves or cap sleeves? There seems to be nothing in between. This one has short sleeves, so it covers the bits I want and not the bits I don't. But it also has this waterfall jacket cardigan. They are both made of this jersey ribbed material, and they are both very long. Like I said, they come in various colours. Obviously I've got the black, but I think they did it in khaki, grey, and I think there was like a denim-y blue colour from memory. I believe each item, I think they came to, oh, I got to remember now. Again, I don't keep receipts. I think each item was around about the £26 mark, let's put it that way. So you have the cardigan and the dress. They can be worn separately. They are not attached items in any way. But what I'm going to do is pop them up on the rack and talk about them whilst showing you pictures here, because I think that's better to see the whole item. Now, I bought these for work. I find Yours Clothing is very good for staple work items. I don't find them very helpful for casual clothing. I don't find them very helpful for going out clothing, mainly because a lot of their stuff is the same. And I'm going to give a TikTok shout out here to Chubby Mermaids. If you are not following her, please do so. I'm going to link her below. She has done a series of, I don't know if it's 12 or 14 now, of plus size shopping and plus size problems with clothing, and she just makes me laugh so much. I'd love to get her on one of my podcasts. But what she says is absolutely true. Oh, you're plus size, let's stick a butterfly on it. Oh, you're plus size, let's stick sequins on it. We don't want that. We just want the same clothing everyone else has in the same sizes. And that's why I'm really pleased they had this twin set, because it goes with anything. I have worn it to work. I have worn the cardigan with a different dress. I have worn the dress on its own, and they wash really nicely. They are I meant to show you, the waterfall cardigan has cuffs, which I really appreciate. A lot of waterfall cardigans, especially plus size, just don't have cuffs. They just have kind of a plain ending to their material, and it's very frustrating. It just sits there, it hangs. I do appreciate that this has cuffs, because when I do wear it long sleeved, then it actually closes and you don't have that gap, which means when it's cold you don't get that draft. It is also, I can show you here, partially batwing, so it's not a full sleeve. The seam is here, so it has a fairly substantial drop shoulder and a very wide sleeve. The drop shoulder here, I believe, comes to about here on me, and then you have the wide sleeve, which is amazing. It means it's more versatile. It's baggy for those of you who like baggy, and for those of us with large arms, it fits. So I'm going to show you both items. I'll show you the dress, and then I'll show you the dress with the cardigan. I do like these items. They're very lightweight, but they're very smart. Chuck a belt round it and you've got a really nice outfit. So let me show you what it looks like on. So I'm now back with the second dress that I purchased. This one I had vaguely seen online. I'm one of those people, when I go shopping, I don't enjoy it. It's not something that I want to spend a lot of time doing. I'm not somebody that say, hey, let's go on a shopping trip and let's spend 6 hours wandering around shops just looking at stuff we don't want. I am far more a person who will, if that shop has online, I will go online, I will choose the pieces I want to look at because I know what I'm looking for, and I will go for those pieces first. And then if something else catches my eye, or maybe it's something I've not seen online, I will certainly have a look. But in general, I know what I want. So the night before, I knew we were going to Bristol. The night before, I went online and had a look at what they had. And I did see this dress. Now, again, it is another plain black maxi dress, but it doesn't have ribs like the last one, and it has a V-neck, long sleeves and cuffs. What more could a girl ask for? So it has, again, this empire line like the last dress, just under the boobs, cinches it in, and then has all this fabric. It also has a ruffle at the end, which is about 8 inches deep, which is quite nice. I did have one similar, and I've noticed that yours clothing have gone through this kind of, what do they used to call them when they put them on bed? Valance sheet look? Dare I say that? But it does, it kind of has that straight and then the extra ruffly bit round the bottom, and they seem to have been doing it to an awful lot of clothes. Now, I do have a dress from them that I bought pre-2021 that has a very square elasticated neckline. You can wear it bardo, you can wear it on the shoulder. It has long sleeves, and it has a tie waist, but it also has this ruffle at the bottom. And I did buy a maxi dress that was short sleeved and don't know if I can even call it a maxi dress. It was more of just there. Again, looking for work staples, tried it on. Griffin said it looked okay. I just didn't feel very flattered in it. Not by him, obviously, but in general, it wasn't a very flattering fit. So it was more of a sack than a dress. And although it had the ruffle at the bottom, it also had the ruffles around the sleeves, which I thought would look really nice, until I saw myself wearing it on Instagram and went, no, just stop it. Had that had longer sleeves, then yes, I could have easily gone for that and it would have been fine. However, that has now been donated, and I purchased this one instead, which has already had lots of wear. So I like the V-neck. It allows me to wear a lot more options than when you have a round neck on a dress. You can wear more jewellery with it. You can wear, you know, a lot more of a detail. You could wear this with a scarf around your neck. You could wear this with, you know, like the aircraft crew where they tie the little scarf here. You could have that kind of 70s vibe with it. It would do a lot of different things. I love the fact that it's long sleeve again and that it has cuffs. Oh, the cuffs. It also has very wide sleeves, so it gives it that kind of baggy, oversized look if you do have smaller arms, and if you don't, hey presto, it fits. So I'll just show you this very quickly, how it looks on the model, and then I'll go and try it on. So this is the item I purchased to wear with the, correction, this is the item I bought the vest top for, to go with this item, because it is see-through, and if I'm going to wear something to work, I do not wish to wear see-through. I don't think it's intended to be worn that way unless you are very confident, and it's very rare that I can get clothing to fit me that isn't stretchy in certain items, and blouses is one of them. So on my previous two items, which I should have mentioned, and like I said, the prices are there, what I should say is they are all a size 22-24. So again, they seem to have this thing in yours clothing where they don't do straight sizes in certain things. They'll do a 16 and then on its own, and then they'll do an 18-20 and a 22-24 and a 26-28 and then a 30 and then a 32, and I don't know why they do it, because we are all different sizes, and what fits a 22 doesn't always fit a 24 and vice versa. So I do find it weird that they do that, but they do tend to do it in the stretchy fabric materials. This one, however, I had to size up to a 26. This was a conscious decision. If you have listened to my podcast around, you know, ignoring the numbers, then I went into the shop and I looked at the item, I looked at the fabric, and I looked at the cut and thought, you're gonna have to size up on that one, girl. Now in Yours Clothing, because they are a plus size brand and they specialise in plus size, although I could argue a 14 isn't particularly plus size, they do have slightly more awareness of cut, but when it comes to their straight items, so you will find a cardigan like the one I've shown you that's batwing, you will have a dress that's got a lot of give in it and a big armhole, but when it comes to their fitted items, they are not so generous, and it has taken me ages to find even one blouse in Yours Clothing that I can wear or even like. So I purchased this one. It is a, I think they call it, and I don't know why, Dobby? is it poplin? No, it's not poplin. They keep calling it Dobby fabric. Not a term I've ever come across, but I keep seeing it on various different things now. A Dobby fabric. I'm assuming what they mean is actually it's got spots on it, so we're just going to come up with something weird and wonderful and use it for that. So this has a cute little ruffle that doesn't go all the way down. And again, not sure why, but it's cool. I like it. It has balloon sleeves. It has fabric covered buttons, and it has a tiered base. So it's kind of fitted to here, and then it has a looser piece over the top. So I've been wearing this with leggings. I could wear it with a high-waisted skirt, I suppose, but I wore it with leggings and a vest top. This is not without its problems. So I can get this on and off without undoing it. I can put it on over my head. However, it does still gap at the front. So here I am going to have to either pin it when I wear it or put a stitch in it and hope I don't rip it, because it is quite a thin fabric, as you can see. My biggest issue with this blouse, now I do like it, which is why it didn't go back, and it wasn't until I wore it for more than a try on that this, which I have mentioned, became an issue for me. Now, it's not going to make me stop wearing the item. The item is very nice. Whether I make it short sleeved or whether I just deal with these stupid elastic cuffs, I don't know. I'll see what happens. To be honest, I'm too busy to do a lot of crafting and sewing and DIY. I may just leave it alone. Because I don't want to compromise. I've not worked with this type of fabric before, and I don't want to compromise anything or put ladders in it. I don't even know if it would run. But these sleeves, they're great for space. They are quite wide, so they don't particularly cut in, but they don't stay down. So every time you move your arm, your sleeve starts here, and as soon as you move, it goes up here. And there's nothing you can do about it, because for some reason it's like there's not enough length. Now, here it is on the model, and to me it doesn't look as if it's meant to be 3/4 length sleeve or shorts. It's meant to be round the cuff. So who have they designed this for? If they're taking into context proportion, was this sleeve meant to have an extra inch or two in its length? I don't know. But it's not enough for me to go, no, I'm not going to wear it. It's nice to have a blouse. It's nice to have something I can put a cropped jumper over and have this bit over the top. It looks quite nice, or it might look quite nice with this jumper, I don't know. But I do want a jumper. This one was in from the ASOS haul last week. This one, I would like to have another jumper kind of the same length that would go with this, that would kind of give it that tank top look. I did look for a tank top. I found one in Primark. Unfortunately, it was in a kind of rusty brown colour and not black, or I would have snapped it up. But I think with a V-neck tank top, this would look really nice. And I love the fact that you can wear it over leggings and it's got a good length. So let me try this one on and we can move on. So the last item from Yours Clothing is a jumper dress. Now, I don't normally get on with jumper dresses. I've had them in the past. I've had them with big roll necks for the winter, and the wool just makes me too hot. This is why I was really pleased with this jumper and the ribbed jumper from ASOS last week, because they're not too thick and they don't tie up around my neck. There's still quite a bit of space here. It's not attacking me. I do have a problem with wool. Wool makes me very, very hot, but I wanted something for those winter days where I'm just going to the shop, or I've got errands to run and I'm going in and out of places and I don't want to have to be worrying about a coat, or it's not warm, it's not cold enough for a coat. So I wanted something I could just sling on with a pair of new rocks and maybe a belt, or, you know, a top of some description underneath it, maybe a t-shirt and a pair of leggings. I nearly said jeans, I don't own jeans, but a pair of leggings, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, this would work. So I found this jumper dress. As you will see straight away, you can see my background lights through it. It has the dropped sleeve. It has, again, quite short sleeves, a little bit like the waterfall cardigan, but it is very, very stretchy. So this is kind of it's a bit like the Killstar Helsinki jumper, if any of you have got that, or it's a bit like they've done with the, I can't remember what it's called, I've got it here, is it the Gothica hoodie? It's just kind of that poncho feeling with a cuff, but it has a little bit more than a cuff, so it does have a bit more of a sleeve. It looks more like a jumper than just some baggy knitted thing you've thrown on. It has a very wide neckline, which is why it keeps falling off my hangers. I do have velvet hangers for all my clothing to try and stop this happening. This one does keep falling off, but it is massively long. Please excuse the fluff. It attracts it like nobody's business. It has a nice cuff at the bottom and it comes down just knee length on me. So again, 5'7", this comes down knee length. It's a great dress for dressing up, dressing down, chucking on with a big bag to go and do the grocery shop, or putting a belt round, you know, and dressing it up a little bit more. So this one, again, I will put prices when I try it on. So let me show you how it looks. So that was my Yours clothing haul. Like I said, I did buy a vest top, but who needs to see a vest top? You saw it anyway in the try on with the blouse. Did I have any fails from that haul? No. I wish the sleeves on the blouse were a bit better designed. I wish there was a little bit more space, that they didn't do it quite so straight, that they gave you a little bit of boob space in the blouse. But again, not enough to worry about sending it back. With the jumper dress, it has already started pilling, but I have worn it a lot. I've worn it at home, I've worn it out twice. It's had quite a bit of use. So again, I'm not overly worried. It's big chunky bits that you can just kind of pull off. I have had an issue with this one, but I'm going to put that up in my fashion fails one, because it's a detail thing I think people need to just take a bit of note of when they're buying things, and how things are going to look, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed that haul. I will be back next week. I'm only showing you 2